What's up, guys? So, um, I was okay. So, I was watching this TikTok, and it was some girl telling a story about a crackhead like coming into her work, and oh my god, I have something in my teeth. Ew. It was about a crackhead coming into her work. And I was like, I have so many stories like that. Like, I live in a town where there's a lot of like crackheads everywhere and like homeless people and stuff. So I always have like crackheads fucking running up to me and doing weird shit. So I thought I might as well tell like one of my stories. I'm also drinking some wine. Um, I live in Canada. I'm 19 years of age. I am legal, so I'm just chilling in my apartment. Anyways, so I have had a lot of jobs, and I know I'm only 19, but I've gone through quite a few careers already. Okay, so I used to work at a movie theater, and this movie theater is right downtown, like right where all the crackheads are, just right in the center of it. It has recently been remodeled, so it is nicer now, but like it has those reclining seats and whatever. But before, it was a shit show in there. And yeah, so, anyways, it was a fun job though. I did enjoy my job, but so basically, and I was, how old was I when I worked there? I was like 16, 15, 16, I want to say. And uh, so when you walk into the movie theater, like the front doors are here. You walk down some stairs, and then the concession is here, and it's just one movie theater room. It's a small town, so it's not like you walk in and there's like a bunch of different theaters that you can walk into. It's just the one. There's playing one movie, whatever. So you walk down to the concession and you go on either side to go into the movie. And if you go just to the right, there are public bathrooms for people to use. And at that public bathroom, there was like stalls and stuff, but we do have a handy capable bathroom. So like the stairs are right here. So there is a ramp right that way. And there's a handy capable bathroom, a private bathroom. So it's just the one toilet sink area. There's no stalls, and you can lock the door. So I'm working, usually Tuesdays was our cheap night. So at the time, a regular ticket is $8.50, I believe. And then on cheap Tuesdays, it was like $4 or something for a ticket, which is like super cheap for movie tickets. But because it was such a shit movie theater and like whatever, we couldn't really charge that much. And anyways, so there would always be, crackheads would come in, especially because it was at night. They would always come in, and we never really, like, it wasn't really, sorry, excuse me, it wasn't really that much of a problem. Like, yeah, they'd lock themselves in the bathroom, knock on the door, and say, "Excuse me, you guys have to leave. I'm sorry." They'd leave. It was really no problem. Yeah, I'd go in there sometimes. One time there was a crackhead that went in there, and she was in there for probably like half an hour. She finally left. I'd go in there to go, because we had to check all the bathrooms every, I don't remember how long, but every once in a while to clean them to make sure they weren't all gross. And I went there, and there was needles in the bathroom, like heroin needles, and I was like, oh, that's gross. But yeah, so a bunch of times happened like that. But I wanted to tell the story of, so where I work currently is at a Mexican restaurant, and I'm not working there like right now because it's COVID and we close for the season. So we close from the end of November till the beginning of April. And right now it's the end of December, so I'm not working. But that is um it's in the downtown area still. It's in a little bit of a nicer part, but there are still crackheads around. So this one particular time, so this guy, this guy that I'm about to tell the story about, he people know him around town, like people see him. I believe his name is Derek. Like, anyways, and I knew this man because the year before, the year prior, I still worked at the Mexican restaurant. And on my break, I was going for a walk down to the water, and he was walking like on the same side of the street as me or something. And he was like asking me for money because there wasn't really anybody out, and he saw me anyways. He asked me for money, and I was like, yeah, I'll look. And like, I had like 75 cents in my wallet. I had like no money. And I was like, here, like, you can have this. Like, I don't really have anything else. I was like, you can have a cigarette if you want to have a cigarette. So you can have that. And he was like, okay. And like, he talked to me for a bit, and then he left. And anyway, so, and he seemed totally fine then, right? Like, yeah, he was a little bit cracked out, but like, he was fine. And then so this summer, it was like the restaurant was super busy. It is really small in there. So there's like one big long table. There's a couple seats at like where the front desk is, or like it's like the bar, I guess. And then there's a couple seats along a window. So like it's a super small area. And then we have like a little, I guess it's like a deck. I don't know. We have a little place for that where people can sit and eat. And anyway, so I'm cooking in the back because I'm a cook. And Derek comes and he's running on the balcony, like harassing the customers. He's very clearly not there. Like he's on drugs, right? And he's like cracked out or whatever. And he's like running like in between the customers on the balcony, like harassing them, just like being a piece of shit. And I'm like hearing this commotion because I'm in the back. So I come to the front and I see him, and he's like trying to barricade himself inside the restaurant with us, like lock, like get, and my manager at the time, Jerry, bless her soul, she was like, no bullshit. She was like, you need to get the fuck out of here right now. She's like, get the fuck out of this restaurant, because like, she's worked in bars her whole life. Like, we've all dealt with all this shit all the time. Like, you just need to say, get the fuck out. There's no room for, excuse me, sir, you need to leave. Like, no, like, you're cracked out, like, grease head in the restaurant. Like, you need to get the fuck out. So, anyways, after a while, he leaves. We got everyone inside. We lock the door. He's just roaming around outside. Jerry's calling the cops. And meanwhile, this customer, this woman and her husband were outside, and I guess he like pushed her or something. I don't know. And she comes inside and she was like, what kind of an establishment is this? Like, I don't want my food anymore. I want a refund. This is ridiculous, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, how is this our fault? Like, there's a fucking crackhead that ran into the restaurant, and that's our fault? Like, what kind of establishment in this? Like, what do you mean? Like, it's not. Anyways, so one of my coworkers, she went up and she was like super pissed off, and she was like, well, you just wasted like the cook's time, because like we're super busy, we're really behind, we're spending all this time like making her meal and like being super nice, and this happens. And she's like getting super pissed, and she's like, I have never experienced anything like this before, blah 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 blah. And like my coworker was like, I'm sorry, but like this does happen here. Like, you must know that this happens here. Like, this is like a problem in this town. Yeah, and once again, she's like, I've never experienced anything like this. I've lived here for 5 years. I'm like, okay, well, you obviously don't come downtown very often. Anyway, so while this is happening, good old Derek is tiptoeing up the side of the restaurant to the back. And the back, there's a big giant parking lot. And anyways, he's making his way up there. The cops have been called. They're on their way. It's a very small town. They'll be there in 2 minutes. Derek went to the back of the parking lot. My other coworker, his van is up there. Derek starts to dance around the van while stripping. So at this, sorry, my phone cut out. Anyways, so he proceeds to dance around my coworker's van, taking his clothes off, stripping. So he's dancing around naked in the back parking lot. Cops show up. They're like, they know him, you know, they know what's going on. They're like, hey, buddy, put your fucking hands up, put your clothes on, and get in the cop car. Buddy starts jacking off to the cops. Anyways, so that didn't end up well. And yeah, I got shoved in the cop car, got arrested, probably went to jail for 2 days, and then got out again because I went grocery shopping for work and I saw him at the grocery store, so outside begging for money. So yeah, yeah, that was just one of the stories I have. I don't know, I just thought it was funny that like people tell these stories and they make like such a big deal out of it. It's like, dude, this shit literally happens to me every single fucking day. But yeah, anyways, that's it. I hope you liked it. I had fun telling it. So yeah, all right, peace out. Thanks for watching. Love you guys, even though no one's probably watching, but okay, bye.